The New Zealand rig is a popular 2-hook rig. It works, but I'm not a great fan. Reason for this is twofold. On one, the top fly doesn't work particularly well if a fish goes to take it. Because the line is tied to the bend of the hook, it can get in the way. 2, your depth is fixed. So unless you keep changing the trace to the second fly, you're going to find that your trace gets shorter and shorter. Bearing this in mind, I thought I'd have a go at my own take on the New Zealand rig. This is the result. The New Zealand rig works by having a buoyant fly tied to the end of the main line and then a second shorter trace tied from the bend of the top fly to a buzzer or other fly worked underneath. It's really effective for shallow streams. In our deeper fisheries, it's not so good. The short trace gets shorter every time you change the fly. Also, the knot to the bend of the top fly prevents a good hook hold. I wondered if there was a way of making the tackle free sliding. And to do that, I thought, well, why not put a stop on the line and then tie a loop into the buoyant fly, and then on the actual loop itself, have a piece of an Aberdeen hook. Basically, just the eye and a short piece of shank. That way, you can change the depth to whatever you want as often as you want. Also, without a knot to a second trace on the bend of the hook, it means that the top fly can fish properly. You can hook up on either the buzzer or the buoyant fly itself.
So Peter, what I've got on here, as I say, instead of it just being the loop and the line going through the loop, I've got a cut off piece of an Aberdeen hook on there.
Oh yeah.
And then I've got that hooked into a stop.
Yeah.
But as you can see, if I go to change the depth on this one,
Yeah.
suppose I make it shallower, I can slide it along,
Yeah.
and all the twisting's gone.
Yeah. Good.
I'm quite pleased with that. It's worked out nicely.
Well, yeah.
I wanted to try this one and see if the fly would take the weight of a squirmy wormy. Yeah, holding up beautifully. Oh, and I got a fish. Cool. Rapper, I wonder, my friend, if you'd be so kind as to get the net for me, please. Well, you're very kind. That's on my squirmy. Would you like to borrow one of my fly setups and the squirmy there, Rapper?
No, it's fine.
But however, considering this is what, the third, well, not many of a cast, is it? So we know it works okay. You missed the fish, Rapper. I seem to have heard that before in a video, don't you? You missed the fish, Rapper. What are you doing? As I remember, it was one evening when we were after wrasse. Don't chase it. Keep the net still. I shall bring it to you. Just put it in the water. There's a good chap. In the water, Rapper. It's not going to levitate out of the water. Well, he's woken up a bit now, hasn't he? There we go. Thank you, Rapper. Well, I think so, because it's rather moving rather a lot if he isn't.
That's not a bag one.
That's all right. Would you be so kind as to hold that for me for a moment, please, Rapper? So as you can see, here's my butterfly pattern. And I've just got the loop there is just got a little Aberdeen hook, which I cut the end off, left a few sort of millimeters there, embedded it in a stop, and I can slide it down, I can slide it back up, and as you can see, it's changed the depth, but there's no coiling, fraying or twisting of the line. So I'm really pleased with that, and it works.
It does.
It's alright, Rapper, I know what a Dorito buzzer is.
It's got UV-like thing as well.
Yes, Rapper. I'll just get me fishing.
That is unfair.
You reckon? Well, I'll tell you what, Rapper. Can you do me a favour and grab me that, please? He is. I mean, the other one came alive at the last minute, didn't he?
I think that's actually that's exactly the one that went after squirming well before. Well, it was the same size at least. I love it when they jump. It's because we got a bit of colder water recently. They're a bit more.
Yeah, it's quite likely, but a difference in the fly as well.
I mean
this.
Why they're fighting so hard? Because before, when I came in the other day, they weren't fighting this hard. They were just coming in.
Yeah.
It felt like a piece of weed on your line, just dragging it in.
Here we go. Yes, I shall do the necessary.
No, I can do it. Do you want to film it as well?
Oh, well, yeah, we could just... I wonder if you'd be kind of just to hold that for me for a moment, please. And if I can get this up without hooking myself in the process.
It's really deep down, you won't be able to.
It is. It is well deep down. However...
Do you want the clock?
It's alright. Nice little fish. Be nice if you turn the right way. Turn the right way, my friend. There we go.
About a pound, about a pound 3/4.
Oh, look at that rod. Right out, have a look at the butterfly.
They like it, don't they?
Oh, there we go. Oh, bless him.
Do you want me to net him?
No, it's... We can...
Special rods, like.
No, Rapper. Not even close to it. You may unhook him for me if you wish.
Yeah, sure. Do you want me to unhook him?
Ah, isn't that a pretty little fish?
It is. Are there different species of rods?
Golden rod, this one.
Try using that.
Just pop him back in, but don't throw him, just that's it. That'll be fine. Here we go. I got rod, yeah. Nice. Whoa. You did very well, my friend. I'm sorry that you knocked yourself off. There we go. Beautiful. Well done, my friend. To start the fly, I'm going to use a little X-cut stamp, which I bought from Hobbycraft. As you can see from the top, it's got a little butterfly on it. Not a hugely accurate butterfly, but it'll do. Now what I am going to do is I'm going to turn the stamp upside down, because what I want is that when I take a piece of funky foam and I put it into the stamp, I want to make sure that the entire wings and body are covered properly. And then when I push down, I can tip over, and there's one section of the butterfly done. That'll be the top part. This is quite a buoyant fly, so I'm now going to take a piece of funky foam again. Once again, I'm going to keep it upside down so I can see that the butterfly is covered in full. Also helps to maximize your materials, minimize wastage. Push down, and now there's two little butterflies. Now basically, one of those is going to be the top of the fly, and one of those is going to be the bottom of the fly. So it's going to be very generic. I'm just going to take an orange marker and I'm going to mark in, try and avoid my table next time. Just going to mark in some orange patches on the wing there. So there's that part, and then I put that to the side for the moment. I'm just going to use black. Orange tips have got two little black dots on the wings there. So I'm going to pop that in, and I'm just going to very lightly colour it black. Two little spurs on the top of the orange tip. So I'll just mark that in. That's pretty much it for the top. So I'll pop that one out the way. Now I take this one, and again I'm going to make the body black. So that's that one out of the way. I'm then going to take the green, because if you look at the underside of an orange tip, it's got some green flecks to the top of the wing. This isn't very accurate, but doesn't matter. So that's that one. Underneath that, you get quite a large orange section. So I'll put that in now. And then the bottom of the wing has got a little bit of green marking. Now you can try and make it as accurate as you want. I don't particularly. I just put in a vague suggestion of green markings on one side to the other side, and that is basically all the colouring that I'm going to do on the butterfly. So there is the top. If I put it in my hand you might be able to see better. There's the top of the butterfly, and next to it there's the bottom of the butterfly. To make the fly, I'm going to start with a 3 times long shank hook. Now obviously what size you want is up to you. I think this one's an 8. So catch the thread at the top. I'm just going to lightly wrap down. Doesn't have to be too neat a body, because this is going to be all covered over in a second anyway. But I'm just going to take that, and I'm going to continue whipping up until I am nearly at the bend of the hook. You've got to be a little bit careful when you do this bit, because on some vices you'll find that the hook point, if you haven't seated it properly, will stick out, and it will be like a miniature scalpel, and it will just cut through your thread. So just be careful of that. Now I'm going to need a piece of nylon, and I'm going to need an Aberdeen hook. So most of that hook is going to be thrown away. I'm just going to cut it a few millimeters down from the top. That'll do. And now what I can do is I can take my piece of nylon, and this bit here is 12-pound breaking strain. Remember, it's not playing the fish or anything. All it's actually going to be doing is just holding the Aberdeen so you can make your stop. So I'm going to bring that back. So there it is, just hanging on the end there. And now I can put this next to the hook, and I can start wrapping again. So now this time, as I wrap up, I'm binding in this nylon loop with the Aberdeen on it, or what's left of the Aberdeen, and I'm just going to keep wrapping. Going to leave a bit of the space at the top because I want to tie the legs on at the front. If you look at a butterfly, they give
the impression
of being near the front. I am sorry that my phone just went at a most inconvenient time. So take that on a little bit, and now I'm going to fold that back, wind over just to catch it, and now I'm just going to wind back again, and I'm going to take off the excess of the nylon there. So that loop is pretty much secured. Now here to the front, I'm going to take 3 halves of silly legs. May not be perfectly anatomically correct, but it should be good enough for what I want. So I'm going to catch them in like I do a pair of gumbo eyes. I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 over the top, and then just going to bring this back, and I'm going to do it the other way now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Do another 3, and then I'll do 3 the other way as well. And there's my legs. Now they're a bit spindly, but I'm just going to cut them a bit shorter, and that's fairly accurate, I think, for the length of butterfly legs. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take the top of the fly and I'm going to put that on there. However, just to give it a little bit of extra bonding and just to help seal the thread, I'm going to take a little tiny bit of super glue, and I'm just going to wrap that along and there. And now I'm going to put the butterfly body on the top of the super glue. Just like that. So now I come over and I am just going to wrap that in. There's the butterfly body tucked into place. So now what I'm going to do, I'm going to bring this up, other side of the legs, and I'm just going to tie that off. I just take that. Bit fiddly because I don't want to catch the legs in it. 1, 2, 3. Pull that up there. See if I can do that a second time. 1, 2, 3. Pull that up, and that's the top part of the butterfly done. So now I can take this off, get the vise out the way, and Now what I want to do, I'm just going to put a bit of super glue onto the wing there, onto the wing there, and there. Now I'm going to take the bottom of the ply and I'm just going to stick that to the top there, like that. So there's the basic part of it. I need to have that some protection because super glue will dissolve in water. So I've got a little bit of
UV adhesive. Now, you can pay a lot of money for different
UV adhesives, but this is quite a big one. It's actually a glue from Temu, and it was something like $5.99 for a huge pot of it. So you can take that and then just, I use the waste funky foam to distribute it nicely over there. And then I've got a little UV light here, which I can put that on. And that'll help just to cure it. Now what I can do, I have with me this little device, and this is a toenail polish, varnish, whatever they call it. It just sets the UV toenail polish or varnish that they use in the shops. So it's got a little 2-minute timer, so I can turn it on for a short time or just click it there and it's now on the timer. So what I can do is, this is one of the toenail sponges and I've just glued it to a piece of wood, and then that way I can pop that in there. And then I can set that in here, and that is now curing the UV resin for me. Nice and convenient. So while the ply is curing, little I can do apart from get ready for the next one. The idea is though that the line will slide through the eye of the hook, and then you can slide the line through a stop. I tend to buy stops from Temu, very, very cheap. It's something like 100 for 50p. And then you can take the Aberdeen hook, or what's left of it, and you can thread it into the stop. At that point, you can then slide it up or down the line, and it will come to rest wherever you want. So you think, well, what's the advantage of that over a normal New Zealand rig? Well, the thing is, I can change the depth to whatever I want. I can make it as deep as I want. If I want to go 6 feet deep, I can. If I want it to be 10 inches or 6 inches, I can do that too. Though in practice, I never go less than 18 inches. But I can slide the butterfly up and down using the stop to do it. I don't get any fraying of the line. I don't get any curling of the line. I did with my first prototype where I didn't use the Aberdeen hook. And it just presents the fly beautifully. So underneath this one, you can put what you like. You can put on a buzzer. I wanted to really give it a good thrashing. So when we went to Hatchlands, we tried a very big fly. And it was like a double squirmy wormy, which I tied up in the same manner that I tie a thin-lipped grey mullet. It was okay.
I didn't mean to cast it in there. I like tipped it in just to like start the roll cast. And I just massed those 6 trout to come after it.
After I'd caught my trout, and I have to say for Rudd, because I didn't feel like doing nothing while I was waiting for Rapper, I let Rapper my rod set up with the squirmy wormy and the butterfly outfit just to see what would happen, and he went on to catch his first trout almost immediately, which was good to see. His second trout followed shortly, again on my outfit and on the same setup.
So, all the trout we've had today have all come up on my rod on my new arrangement. 4 trout on it.
That follows on my rod and my rod.
Yeah, but these, they've been taking it. Yes, but Rapper, this done the way with the butterfly setup and everything
It's very nice.
is new.
Yeah.
Something different.
That's very good. Catches fish.
And that was it for the afternoon. We'd only gone for 2 trout each, which we both caught. Had a little bit of fun with the Rudd as well, but all in all, I was pleased to see that the tackle worked and worked well. Good to see. Thank you for watching, and if you would like to subscribe to our channel, it would be very much appreciated, as would any likes or comments. Goodbye.